All right. Uh, Good evening, everyone. Welcome to part 3 of the SEPTA Mid-Winter Trip 7 live stream. This took place in 2007. First two parts involved taking the R5 up to to Lansdale, then coming back. We're now on a Route 1113 loop, and we will be finishing up with some Route 15 stuff over at the Westmoreland Loop in near Port Richmond. It's going to be a short session tonight. We've gotten a little bit ahead of ourselves the last couple nights, so we get to celebrate that today. Just checking. So we're right now we're turning on the Route 13. We've just passed. We went in the previous thing. We got an offer of a somewhat rare mileage. The operator was heading back via the 13 instead of looping on the 11 and offered to take us along with no stops. And now we've passed that little bit. Now we're back on the normal Route 13 past Yaden. And we are, so we'll pick up from there. It's going to be a little bit slow for the first few bits. So right now we are crossing the Cobb's Creek. Yep, there it is. So these are just photos from the back of a SEPTA K car as it travels on the Route 13, heading back towards Center City. Like I said, until this past year of 2023, this 2007 trip was the only time we had ever been out on the Route 13. Usually we would do a bunch of 11s, or the Eastwicks are always popular, which is the Route 36. Also, more recently, we did a Route 34 to Angora. We should definitely be doing these. I'm going to be definitely doing more of these as we approach the retirement of the K cars in the next few years. Like I mentioned, if you ever notice that something might look a little weird, it's because, yes, these are broad gauge. This is Pennsylvania streetcar gauge, 5'2" or 5'2", depending on who you talk to. But they both will work. Here we have the 65th Street curve. It's a shame that this is probably going to mark the end of the last traditional streetcar system. No, there's a couple. Mainly heritage style with their light railification of it instead of using traditional single-ended streetcars. So if anyone's near Philly, definitely get out there and explore some of the system. Here's an interesting thing. I actually have this exact same photo from. This is the Chester Avenue curve, and this is what it looks like in 2023. And here we have the same area in 2007. Surprising amounts of some things are different, some things are the same. Oops. And here we are rounding the next curve. See, it looks like we're on 56th again. Why is everything 56th Street or 65th Street? Oh, it's because it's a weird how does this go? Makes like a dog leg. Yeah, we're on 65th to 65th. And here we are. Where is that? There it is. 65th and Kensington. Oh, Kingsington. That's a different street. Oh, damn it. Just getting the names all sorted out there. There we go. And here we have the Mount Moriah Loop. This is typically used for streetcar excursions or the occasional emergency short turn. The turning radius on this is quite difficult. We'll see what happens to it in the future. The Mount Moriah Loop is interesting because it was built to serve the Mount Moriah Cemetery, one of the largest in the area. Well, I mean, there's some bigger ones. It's still pretty big. So when there would be funerals at Mount Moriah, people would charter a streetcar to take them out there, and the loop just sort of hung around, for a while, until this day. So it's used for emergency short turns if there's a problem. And the Friends of Philadelphia Trolley, various charters love using the Mount Moriah Loop, just because it's kind of rare mileage. I was on it I was on a trip on April that made use of it. And here we have a wider view of the Mount Moriah Loop. And I'm not entirely sure where this is. Could be anywhere. But it's before like the diversion, so I just took some pictures, just some sort of crappy deteriorating girder rail. Someone brought up the fact that one major reason that streetcars bit the dust wasn't just because, when I say it was the tracks, it wasn't just because they're on a fixed guideway. It's because back in the day, the general rule of thumb was that the evil traction streetcar companies had to part of their franchise was maintaining the street. So to this day, SEPTA has to maintain the area around the rails, which is a major cost because for a bus, they don't have to maintain squat. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to figure out where that picture was taken. I sort of know where it was between, but it's probably been fixed long since then. Now here we have, I think that this is going to be, no, it's not that one. This is just a single whatever junction. Let's just go along and see what junction this is. Oh, looks like we had another S curve. There it is. This is the route. This is a diversion route. I think this is a shop track diversion route. Yeah, this is a Route 13, Route 11 cutover. If there's any issue, you can have Route 13 traffic cut over to the Route 11. So this would be 58th Street Junction on the Route 13. So here's an interesting thing. Here we are passing the 49th Street station on the R3 Media Wawa, or Media Elwyn back then. And we just happened to catch a train of Silverliner 2s stop there. Unfortunately, I can't see what what numbers they are. But that's definitely was a lucky catch here during the twilight of the Silverliner 2s. Now the question is, did I cut this photo? Because if I did, that would be so stupid. No, wow, I actually cut this photo. I can't believe it. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, even in 2007, you know, it was pretty important to be able to catch Silverliner 2s and 3s. How many? It looks like there's at least 3. And here we have, what did I call this? 49th Street Junction. And here, like I said, SEPTA would have been responsible for all this repaving here. So this is definitely, you know, a major reason You know, SEPTA and the other ones really don't. Like, they need to work out, like, if there's one thing that SEPTA should work out, like, a deal with, it should be that they get relieved of having to do all the track, the not the track maintenance, but having to lay down all the paving and everything here. So that looks like 49th Street Junction. So this would just be like the 48th block. Yeah. That's our first 12 done there. Let's see if anyone has any questions. I don't usually. I'm not sure how much I use the GPS forwarding. It's always good to have some deniability about where your photos were at and the time and everything. One second. Oh, friends are sending me photos of something. Anyway, sorry about that. Next, let's see what we got. So, you can see we're going to be hitting some Route 15 stuff here in a little bit, but we're almost done with this sort of exhaustive photo tour of the Route 13. So again, sorry for this this bit here. So here we have the same thing, but the 4700 block of whatever street this is. What street is this? Looks like Chester Ave. So finally, we pass another K car. This one's going to be number 9093. A lot of people at SEPTA consider the K cars to be the best equipment SEPTA ever purchased. Right up there with the Broad Street Line M4 cars, which were also made at the same time by Kawasaki. So 9093 here. I will say it's interesting whenever I have these streetcar picture series. You always have that like one car that's behind you. The same car is behind you in every photo. Whatever this is, some sort of Oldsmobile, I think, has been shadowing us for a lot of this trip. Oh, that crashed it. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that this is the 40th Street diversion diamond. Again, all nicely done up here. In 2023, I went over this. I don't think I have a photo in this direction though. No, but I did have it going outbound. Where is that? Here it is. 42nd Street Junction. Looks like the paving is the same one from 2017, so this is when it happened. Which is odd because, that's weird. Wait, did we go straight over this? Or did we turn on it? No, we wouldn't have turned. Or did we? All right, there's the 42nd Street Diamond. Yeah, we keep going straight. The 42nd Street Diamonds are used for when they're doing when the city subway tunnel is down and they have to do a diversion. They will divert via this route to, you can see that black line. There's this sort of large loop here where they will then divert people to the 40th Street subway station. There it is. There's the 40th Street subway station. And that's where the diversion loop sort of goes around. Trying to find it here. Yep, see there's tracks. So it's like a giant round robin loop. All the various ones will just get on this will join the box and will circle it until they can deposit their people at the 40th Street subway station. And that's the solution for the Center City Tunnel being shut down for maintenance. It happens in August every year. There for about a week, they'll do a tunnel shutdown for the surface subway, and they'll divert to 40th Street for that week. Here I have a nice view of, what did I call this? 36th Street Junction. An interesting thing to note on streetcar switches is that only one of them has a moving point. The other one just sort of has the wheel either trailing or facing. There's no active point on this side. It's only on this side. One's called the blind mate and the live mate. Now this is trailing point. You can use a switch frog if you have to, but this isn't an active. This one, on the other hand, would be a power-operated switch because it is a junction. And they use a thing where they take power or they coast through a section, and if it's drawing power, it will throw the switch. And here we are at the streetcar, the 40th Street loop. And again, we can see there's the one that will actually move. Wait. Hey, maybe these ones actually have both ones. Maybe because they're power operated. Where is that? So this is right here at the portal station. South platforms. And here is where so this is at Girard at the 10. So it looks like we went into the trolley tunnel, transferred to a Route 10, and then went out to then catch a Route 15 at Girard. So here we are at the Route 15, Route 10 junction. And this looks like, I can't read the number there. 9088. And of course, once on the Route 15, we rode this all the way across the city. So this last pass thing, I actually did a full Route 15 run, which took forever. I don't recommend it, but I've been so long since we'd ridden it. I went all the way out to the Westmoreland Loop. Pretty neat little thing they got there. It's been rebuilt pretty substantially now twice. So here we have 2355. These are PCC2s. They're legit PCCs, but they've had the traction components and a lot of the interior rebuilt by Brookville. So they've AC traction and everything. The body shells are pretty much sort of, I mean, the body components were used, the doors are used, but everything else is pretty much new. So this is, they think they rebuilt 18 of them. Then then the city had to, then SEPTA, or whatever it was, the SEPTA really didn't want to start the service. They were having some issues with, again, and they were claiming that people were, oh, we can't run it because people are parking. They were like, I don't know, remember if people were suing because they didn't want to lose their parking spots over at like 63rd and Callow Hill. And then SEPTA really didn't want to run the service, so they just were like, oh no, that we can't like run it. Eventually the city or interest groups got involved, but the problem was that the streetcars, the PCC2s, had sat around for a year or more and were almost out of their warranty period. And it also just degraded in the time that they'd been left to sit around. So that wasn't cool. That's bus number 7125. I don't know which one that is. Like, what? I'm not a bus guy. Apparently, that iconic type of bus that SEPTA had been using forever is finally getting retired. We saw one at Chestnut Hill this year. I don't know what they are, but I know what they look like. But I don't know what they are. The Westmoreland Loop. West M-O-R-E. More M-O. Is it? I don't know. Oh, it is M-O-E-R-E. All right. So some of these I cut for quality. I'm going to bring them back in. So that one there is number 2326. And then this one in the thing I think is 2355. hard to tell, like, what was going on here. Yeah, 2335. Seems like stuff got out of... And then there's 2326. Oh, I guess they were just all scooching forward at really uneven paces. All right, that explains it. There we go. So I'll add some of these back in. Like this one as well. Yeah, I cut them because they were a little soft, but it's still worthwhile, especially since after they didn't run for so long. In subsequent years, you would have a lot of the operators start doing holiday things with their trains, with wreaths and lights. I caught a couple of the ones. I specifically caught some festive holiday PCCs at this loop, which is another advantage to doing this at the holiday season. Here we have, so this is now, they've now put little islands in with like little like platforms for the bus, for the whole shebang here. So here we have 2326, and then buses 7137 and 3482. Uh, 7137 and 3482. Don't usually like putting bus stuff in with my photos or acknowledging them, but sometimes you got to do that. And there's, again, some people who stayed throughout the whole trip. Here was a mystery photo. I wasn't sure, like, where did this come from? I had a photo. I couldn't find out where it came from. Well, it's because back in the day, I just cropped out that guy. And then in going back over, I'm like, that's not a bad idea. I'll crop him out again. We got the operator heading back to the streetcar. I think that those 15s were delivered with roll signs, which is pretty crazy for something in 2005. I really love roll signs, and now there's this yellow LED that's sort of so. That's a nice thing of saving that photo with by cropping out that guy. That blurry guy, which is the ultimate problem with it. All right, last set. I told you this was going to be short. It might be really short because I have a couple extra photos in here. That are unrelated and boring, but we'll see if we'll do them. Any questions? I don't see any questions. So here's one I was going to cut, but it has a bunch of my friends in it, like Fred G and Brian. So in hindsight, I'm going to allow it. I don't know who that guy in the middle is, though. The weird part is that I didn't take a group photo. I thought I did that most years. Here we have a quick view of the crew base. Yeah, back in the day, I wasn't even acknowledging the bus in the picture here. That's one of those buses. 7137 is one of those whatever that style of bus is. Maybe there's a bus fan that can that has a picture with 7137. There's got to be a picture of it somewhere. Yeah, it's one of those. Hold on. Okay, fleet number is 7137. This is so poorly laid out. Close. It's got to be in here. Come on. Did I get the number wrong? 7137. This is where could this be? There they are. Yep. It's a Neoplan this bus. But they had like 200 well, they had a lot of them, it looks like. About 155 at least. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. The Neoplan Transit Liner. Wow. Produced into the company declared bank from 1981 to 2006. No wonder it was like a big SEPTA thing. They bought 1,000. They bought 1,000 of these. That's why they just looked the same. Interesting. Oh, there you go. And we got one more here. 3482, I'm guessing, is a different one. Plus 3482. Oops. And for anyone who cared, 3482. Yep, that's another one of those. Built in 1989. Wow. So that bus was from 1989. Doesn't look like it's from 1989. It looks pretty new. But no, that's the classic style of SEPTA bus. They built a lot. They built like they bought a lot of them. I think that's gonna be it. Oh no, I got this guy. I love there's like a wire frog there, but I don't see if there's oh, I guess there is. There is some wire stuff around. And I guess I was like, so again, my camera had very poor night sight. We were really losing light at this point, so I can tell that I'm just finding things to put my camera on to get it stable for extended release, extended shutter speed. So if I look at the EXIF, let's see what we have here. Exposure, a quarter of a second. All right. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, that's 2335. Not 3226. I don't know which one that is actually behind there. If that's 26, the other one. Probably 26. All right. Yeah, I love that roll sign. I can't believe they got rid of those for the damned yellow LEDs. Ugh, those are gross. If you want to see what I'm talking about, I don't have the whatevers, but like, yeah, that's what they have. They've LED matrix, like amber LED matrix ones. Just yuck. Okay, this is the part that I didn't want to do. So they're here. I'll do them real quick. Um, there was a thing on the Western Maryland main line, the line that went up to like Chambersburg. It was actually signaled until fairly up through the 1990s with Western Maryland signals and pneumatic interlockings. I went out when I was visiting a friend to stop by a location just to see what was left, and there was absolutely nothing left. One second. Sorry, there was a thing here. Connellsville sub. Here you go, Hagerstown. Cumberland Valley. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just want to see. Anyway, at some point there was a website like way back, way back in the day. When did the intermodal lamp open? So in 2007, what is it? Anyway, I have to go and find it, but I went out to where I know where the location is. So sorry about like this little detour, but it's we're finishing up here. I only have like 4 photos. I just want to try to get them dealt with. So these are in Chambersburg. It's right because of all the stuff in there. CSX actually opened an intermodal facility on the Lurgan branch on their little old Lurgan sub, which just goes down. It's so it's strange that they had the way that this worked is that the PR had a line, the Reading had a line. They sort of met here in Shippensburg. This was the point. Shippensburg is where the Reading would interchange with the Western Maryland. It was part of their alphabet soup route to get west. And then CSX bought everything, and then for whatever reason, the CSX decided to like cut the line through Chambersburg. I think it had street running, or the city just got sort of sick of it. And so they just cut the line because they didn't really use it for whatever. But it was signaled all the way up through the 1990s, and I've always just I have a 2005, so it's not signaled as of 2005. And the signals were retired as of 2002-ish. But anyway, the end of track is at milepost 20, and this is slightly. There used to be like a siding and some stuff in there, and like a whatever house. So where's end of track? Looks like it's right there. Measure the distance. This is where I was, right in here, because I was looking for something. It's about half a mile. About milepost 20.2. This is sort of a like a block station house. Oh, 20. 20.7. What direction is this? West. Wait, what? Huh. This is the eastbound direction. So, sorry for this little, like, anticlimactic bit here. So, this is, if you look down this way, this is where the new CSX intermodal yard would be in Chambersburg. One interesting thing about Chambersburg, so I'll show you that there's a secret thing at Chambersburg here. So, in 2005, there's a siding there. Yeah, they had a bunch of things with, like, Maine and siding, so it just looks like this would be... Oh, end of track is 2000... Wait, hold on. Where's the end of the siding? Oh, this is so fucking annoying. You have a 9,000 foot mile. Oh god, this is the worst. So this looks like the Brandon siding. Whatever. Oh, it's not 20.7, it's like 20.3. Wait, what? East End. And here we have the So here's an interesting thing that I just noticed as we sort of finish up here. This is my, I love this thing of camera bag. I'm now on my third. I have to buy them on eBay because they are only made briefly. They wear out. This one lasted a long while. The second one lasted not as long as I'd liked. I just bought a replacement. But there's my Eagles hat my mom got me. It wasn't that expensive. Usually, you know, it's, unfortunately, I left it on a Patco train. I love the hat, so I found a replacement on eBay for $6. So I never told her I lost it, but I still consider it to be, you know, in spirit the same gift, same hat. And then unfortunately, in like 2020 or 20 whatever, I was swapping driving roles in the dark, and it was on my lap. I got out of the car and didn't see it fall off and lost the hat. So that's on, I think maybe it wasn't 2020, it's probably 2018 or something. So unfortunately, I lost the hat. The hat I lost twice, and the second time I could not find a replacement of that type. It's just a basic thing. But it's nice with this whole thing of being, you know, celebrating the Eagles' victory. I just noticed this a little bit ago. That my old Eagles hat is in one of the photos along with my my camera bag. So there you go. Here we have the same thing with the switch points. So I was hoping to have found Western Maryland remains of the interlocking that was here. And, even though these were single switch interlockings, the Western Maryland still used pneumatic points. So I was hoping to find the remains of those. So I didn't find it on this trip, but there's actually one in the Maryland area. So it's the same switch hut, just the opposite picture here. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. I mixed that up. This is east. I got the eastbound, westbound wrong. That's the eastbound angle, and this is the westbound. It's on the opposite side of the track. And the last picture, this is where this is just looking where the intermodal yard is. The construction would have started shortly thereafter. This whole valley, the I-81 corridor, is just a huge thing for warehouses and distribution centers. That's NS opened an intermodal facility in that thing as well. So anyway, sorry for this weird turn here. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so the NS facility is in Greencastle. So here's the CSX one is there, the CSX intermodal yard, and the NS intermodal yard is in, like I said, is in Greencastle. There it is. Although they keep opening it and closing it and opening it and closing it, or maybe there was another one they were opening and closing, but I think it's open now. They don't seem to be getting quite the throughput that. Wow, see, they built a lot of infrastructure there, whereas the CSX one, man, it's getting a ton of traffic on that one. And like I said, this is where it was. I'm pretty sure that's where I pulled up. Oops. Yep, not much really there anymore. As of 2002. I'll go around and try to find that website. Who knows where it is. Alright, thanks everyone for tuning in. Yep, glad SEPTA to get the PCCs running. Hopefully they'll be running for a little bit longer. And maybe at least long enough that maybe when they get they finalize the order of the whatever they're buying, the light rail vehicles, they can get in some extra ones to at least get more reliable, at least top up the Route 15 before the PCCs die. Or can make some PCC3s, whatever. All right, hey, have a great day. Thanks for watching. When will I be back? I don't know. We're basically down to one or two more things of photos in 2007. So I'm going to be doing more of 2008s. Because there's a lot of single night ones I can do. But I don't know what the next night's going to be. So, all right. See you then. Later.